Welcome to the Vance Report with Senator Pat Vance, a program intent to keep you, the residents of Cumberland and York counties, informed on events in your communities and important public issues being addressed by the State Senate in Harrisburg.
Hello and welcome to the Vance Report. I'm State Senator Pat Vance, representing Cumberland and Northern York counties. Today we're at Mission Central, located in Silver Spring Township and Mechanicsburg Borough. Mission Central of the Susquehanna Conference of the United Methodist Church provides logistical and humanitarian services to a wide variety of social service groups. Joining me now is Reverend Rob Bishop. We're really anxious to see this.
Glad to have you here today, Senator.
This is quite a huge building.
It is. It's 48,000 square feet.
48,000
square feet, yes.
Okay, just out of curiosity, what used to be in this building?
It used to be a printing company, so they would do all sorts of printing, and that was back in the 80s.
All right, well, it looks like you have a variety of things here, so why don't you lead us around and show us everything to see?
Well, starting right here is, well, this is a shipment that just came in that has to be sorted, but these racks here in this area is generally where we deal with our partners, Project Cure. And medical equipment comes in, it's sorted and categorized and stored here until it then goes down to their headquarter warehouse in Nashville, where it's shipped out around the world. So they're one of our bigger partners. And we just recently had a truck go out, so it looks a little thin right now. But,
well, tell me what this is from whom and what's in it.
These are donations from Giant Foods. They're one of our big supporters. You see a sign here. They've also donated to have a freezer and refrigerator in the back area that's utilized by Bethesda Mission, who's another one of our partners that uses about 20% of our warehouse.
Now, these are dried food stuff?
Some of it might be dried food. There's also seasonal things, different things that we can utilize through our kits or out into other ministries. For example, on one of these pallets, you'll see some toys that Bethesda will be able to use for some of their Christmas time mission and ministry type things. So those are the types of things that come in. That's the unique thing about Mission Central. We always have different things coming in, and through God's grace, amazingly, then the need comes, or sometimes the need is here before the item comes, and then we're able to collate that all to these folks that need those things.
These are all adult books? Well, they're children and adult books.
These are kits that we'll make up. We call them friendship kits. Again, these can go to folks in crisis, whether it, some kind of fire or flood. Also to homeless folks, to shelters, different things.
How far away do you ship these books?
Well, a lot of these will stay within the United States, but if they're appropriate to go to certain ministries overseas, they'll go with them as well. We have them teams, volunteers in mission, that are through the United Methodist Church, and they're quite often the teams that will take them with them wherever they're going to work, whether it's in the Appalachian areas, down in New Orleans, wherever, and they'll take those to give out.
I'm surprised to see a piano of all things.
Actually, that piano is going to be going into, we're turning the conference room into a multi-purpose chapel and conference, and that's where that piano is headed. But it was a piano donated. That's Jean Norris, one of our very dedicated volunteers that coordinates our medical stuff. She's sorting medical equipment right now.
Well, let me see what kind of medical equipment we're talking about.
I think she's sorting Band-Aids right now.
No, that's all right.
We get dressings, we get medications. These are categorized by type of equipment.
Okay.
A lot of diabetic supplies.
Oh, you have insulin syringes too.
Mm-hmm. And this is a whole box of things that came in from a physical therapy department that was closing.
And I thought I saw walkers over there, did I?
Yes, we have walkers, wheelchairs, potty chairs, bath equipment. Crutches. All of these things will be recycled as we can around the world.
And they're all donated?
Yes.
And how many of these huge warehouses does your organization have?
We only have the one.
Just this one?
This is our main warehouse.
Well, it's huge, so.
And then we have hub systems throughout the region. We have 21 hubs.
Tell me about those hub systems. What does that mean?
And this is perfect because Jean is also our hub coordinator for that. But we do have 21 hubs throughout the region, which covers from Delaware, Maryland, through central Pennsylvania. We have one in Cortland, New York. We have in New Jersey and Delaware.
Are they smaller than this?
Yes, they can be anything from a closet to a repurposed church. The Shoemaker Hub in the Wilkes-Barre area is a repurposed church, a church that closed and did not serve as a place of worship anymore, has been repurposed to be a warehouse.
Let's see what else you have. Let's just say someone was burned out of their home or flooded out of their home and lost all of their furniture.
They would go through New Digs, our ministry there.
We'll go. Is that down that way?
That's that direction.
Well, we'll go this way first, so we don't confuse things.
Cover that.
And I see you have a lot of cleaners. Cleaners, sweepers.
Yeah, well, they get donated. We seem to have a lot that we need to be vacuuming or different things, and we have a gentleman that his mission in life is to keep those operating for us.
I was just going to ask you that question. Do you have somebody?
Everything is donated in and donated out, and we have a staff of 4.5 persons. Myself is part of that. And the rest is all volunteers. We had nearly 10,000 volunteers working here last year in this warehouse.
10,000 just in this warehouse?
In this warehouse, yes.
And how far an area did they come from?
Usually within no more than a 2-hour drive. That's part of what precipitated our hub system that we came up with several years ago. Was if folks are further out, they wanted to help us out, but it's 2-3 hour drive, and then they can only work a couple hours, and then they're back. It shoots the whole day. Where if they can create a hub in their area, they can be supporting us. But then the other flip side is that they can be in ministry to their local region in whatever need that is. Sometimes it's a food pantry, clothing closet. In Lehigh Valley, there's a hub that their ministry is much like the New Digs, where it gives furniture out to folks that are in crisis. So,
on an average day, how many volunteers do you think you have in here?
Depending on the day, 25 to 50 it could be.
Okay.
Now, this coming Monday, we're going to have over 100 youth from FFA. They have their day in the morning down in Harrisburg, and then they wanted to, in the afternoon, do community service. So they worked through us. We replaced 400 and some youth throughout the region with our ministry partners, and 130 of them will be at this warehouse on Monday working, and then at our other sites as well with the
Future
partners.
Farmers of America, in case someone's watching that's not quite sure what we're talking about.
This area here is generally, you see these kits here. We work through United Methodist Committee on Relief. That's one of, we are the United Methodist Church. That sort of would be one of our affiliates. We're part of their network to do these standard NGO kits, school kits, health kits, layette kits, birthing kits, school kits. They're standardized. These go around the world for crisis or just for mission outreach and need. So this kind of staging area here, where those come in, they come in from our hubs. We have to verify them, make sure that they have exactly what they're supposed to have. That's what this workroom is doing. These folks in here right now...
Well, you might want to go in the workroom if you don't mind, or would that be a problem?
Well, I'm just looking. These look like school-age kids.
And we would have to...
you probably got to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole.
Yes, we would. You're right. You're right.
But they are working on friendship kits right now.
And these kids would be from local schools?
Yes, we have Trinity High School sends a lot of folks over. We have Cumberland Valley School District sends folks. Quite a few youth throughout the week that come and work as well as adults here. We always say there's no age limit on our volunteers. We've had them as young as 2 and 3 years old, and as high as the limit goes, Well,
there is no limit, right?
Right, there is no limit. So this is just, again, staging area. These are some of the books that come in. This is
really candy.
This is really candy.
Really candy in here. It is. Yes, it is.
And
all those Milky Ways.
Yes, we use those, again, in our friendship kits and
you get
things.
them from where?
Mainly our food stuff comes through Bethesda Mission. As I mentioned, they use 20% of our warehouse, so things are donated to them, and then they donate it to us to then go on.
But who donates it to them? Like
Hershey's, M&M Mars, the companies, various corporations, they get stuff from Clorox for cleaning supplies, that type of stuff.
And how fast does this all turn over?
Sometimes it could sit here a long time, or sometimes it's turned over within days.
Well, I was thinking about the food stuff particularly.
It's pretty good turnaround. Usually, I would say within a few weeks, because again, it's got to be utilized, and Bethesda has trucks going in and out every day. They supply their missions and then other missions around. You see, hundreds of flood buckets that were ready. We're in the flood season.
Can you show me what's in a flood bucket? Is that possible?
Yes, in fact, right down here we can see where they're verifying these kits.
Now there's going to be a lot of people needing those right now.
This is what it looks like when it's complete. Okay. All the items we can move down here and we can show you all the items that are out here on the table.
All right, fine.
Okay. And what we do is we pull out all the items. What we do is, and we got to verify everything because we have a chart over here, and we also have an UMCOR list we need to go by, and we got to follow all the instructions on here.
Okay.
It explains to you what should be in the bucket.
All right.
Okay. And what we do is we have one person read off what's supposed to be in there, another person fills the bucket back up.
Okay.
All right, and basically that's about as simple as it is.
So it looks like we have cleaning supplies.
Yeah, we got laundry detergent, we got household cleaners, we got air fresheners.
Clothesline and clothespins.
Yeah, dish soap, we have insect repellents, scrub brushes, air freshener, cleaning wipes, sponges, scouring pads, so the clothespins.
Are they put then into a black plastic bag, or what do you use the bags for?
Yeah, those are for trash or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
these are really, we used to call them flood buckets, but they're now changed to cleanup buckets. Yeah. You know, that's a little more, explains it a little better what these are for. For after a flood has come through or any crisis like that, you see there's masks.
Well, I was going to ask you about the masks because there might
be mold or that type of thing. Right. And so the clotheslines, so they can dry things out, and cleaning supplies. And so these go out mainly domestically whenever there's something happening. Today we're shipping some up to the Bloomsburg area to our hub there just because of this flooding. I was out in the Altoona area on Tuesday. They have several hundred staged there ready at our hub there. So these immediately can get out. And I would imagine over the weekend we'll get calls locally for some of these to go out.
I would definitely imagine.
So we always try to, especially this time of year, have several hundred, if not thousands, of these ready to go.
Where do you get all these things that go? These are all
donated. Usually private individuals will donate items. In fact, this batch right here was created by a youth event in January in the Delaware Penn Conference of the United Methodist Church.
Okay.
The youth had an event and created all these buckets for us so that they would be ready to go, and it was all private donations. We do have other donations here, as you can see in those bins, so that if there is something missing or not quite right, we can add that in and have those ready to go.
What do you think is the cost to fill a bucket?
$45.
Oh, you had that one down pat. Okay. Well, thank you for showing us. I think you're going to be a lot of need in our area for these flood buckets.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Now, how long have you been here?
This is our 9th year.
And how did Mission Central get started?
It was a vision of Bishop Irons, a former bishop here. He wanted a place just like this where we could kind of correlate everyone's efforts in the conference to be able to come together and be much more effective. Interesting idea that when the vision was created, they thought they would have to build something, and their vision was for a building about half this size.
And you filled this building.
And it was just by, in fact, it was flooding. The bridge was out over on the other Mulberry Street here, and the bishop had to come this way to work, and he saw this place was available, and it just went from there, and it's amazing how we've
buckets come from like Lowe's and Home Depot.
Exactly,
and
whoever
they're
can
all
make donations.
Donated.
You know, folks recycle some of the spackling buckets as well. They clean them out. These particular ones happen to be donated from Lowe's and Home Depot.
Okay.
So, and again, here they're staged and ready to go.
Those are filled, is what you're telling me?
Right, those are ready to go out. At a moment's notice, you see health kits, the same idea. They're already shipped and packed and inventoried and ready to go out.
Okay, they're ready to go out, and how do they get there? Where do the trucks come from?
Well, from all over again,
but they're not your trucks.
No, our main we have a variety of ways of trucking. We'll either contract for a truck. For example, let's say with UMCOR, our network that we're in with the United Methodist Corps and Relief, they may say, hey, do you have 1,000 kits or a truckload of kits, depending, and they go to Louisiana or wherever they need to go. We'll contract for a truck. Sometimes there's donated trucks.
I was just going to ask you that.
Do
any of the local trucking companies?
Yes, we'll donate time. If they've got an empty truck going one way or the other, they're willing to do that. We partner with another ministry called Mission Transport, who tries to provide trucking at a reduced rate. They're local here, and so we utilize them.
Now, all these that are up there, are they things
all
ready?
Things ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, when it gets up to these shelves, it's ready to go to be shipped out. You see, we have
some bikes,
bicycles that go around to different places in the world. These organs were donated. We don't like to get that business, but we do have them here in case somebody needs them.
I didn't realize. I was looking at the bikes and didn't look beyond it.
Yeah,
now, do you have somebody who can?
Yeah, they come in, they'll repair them, and get them ready to go. Yes, you have volunteers that do that as well. Right, and then they'll get them to where they need to go.
Now, when we started to talk, I noticed this says Haiti.
Yeah, so this is a shipment probably getting ready. There might have been an order for someone that's going, and they want so many kits, and so we have them ready.
And those are backpacks with school supplies.
Right, these are backpacks with school supplies.
Now, how often do you go out of the country? Haiti, obviously.
I would say at least probably 50 to 70% of what we do goes overseas.
Okay.
A lot of that goes overseas with these big shipments.
Oh, well, maybe I was
thinking... Because we partner, again, with UMCOR, which is our global arm of the church for mission and ministry.
Okay.
But we also do, again, quite a bit of local stuff through that hub system, through the Volunteers in Mission, who, again, and they're usually Katrina work or Appalachian in different places there, so some of that goes there.
Once they have this tape around them, then they're finished. They're ready to go. Is that right?
They're ready to go, exactly.
Okay.
And this whole area here is a staging area. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about is Computer Ministries.
Oh, yes.
Which I believe you know Bob Schreiner, the executive director there. I want to make sure you get this. You can see, now, they're the lower sections, starting here in this whole corner of the warehouse.
Are all computers that have been donated?
All computers that have been donated.
And what do you do with them?
What they'll do here is they will, if they're serviceable, they will refurbish them. They are a licensed Microsoft refurbishing center.
Okay.
And so they can refurbish these computers, and then they again will go either locally or internationally, and depending on where they're going, they will put the appropriate software. I know recently several of these went to Sierra Leone. They were working to build a school, and they provided them with computer equipment. They provide all of our in-house networking and servers in Mission Central here, all through their ministry. It's all recycled equipment. Then the things that are not serviceable, they will break down into the appropriate, not super breakdown, but splitting it up into these different categories, and then they recycle it through appropriate recyclers, and those funds that they receive from that, then they can feed back into this ministry or other ministries that they choose to support through their work. We do have several students that come and work with them, as well as adults.
And they're probably very knowledgeable.
They are. It's amazing how those kids can get this stuff apart and get it fixed and refurbished.
Yeah.
And many of their computers go to support smaller churches or smaller ministries that are just getting started and they need computer equipment. They can get it for about $6, everything they need, and that covers the licensing.
That's amazing.
With Microsoft.
Now this looks like,
right. These are cleaning products. This area here is Bethesda Mission, as I mentioned earlier. So this is where they stage their items that are coming in, donated from different corporations,
kitty litter,
different companies. Yes, actually, believe it or not, that what they use that a lot for is for spills.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking about cats.
But yeah,
it really works very well
really
on spills.
What that's used for is for spills mainly.
Well, maybe we should walk down this way. And where is your furniture? Tell me again what you call it.
That's over in that corner. It's called New Digs.
New Digs.
And that, again, is another ministry. You know, we're the platform that allows all of these ministries to operate utilizing our space. And so we can talk to you about New Digs down
This
here.
is a huge place.
It is. It's very, very large.
Do you have some way to categorize and know where everything is, or do you just know where everything is?
No, it's all in the computer.
Okay.
Kathy, our operations person, she handles a lot of the stuff coming in and out. But
now, all this kind of equipment, is this yours? Is this?
Some of it is ours, and these two particular ones belong to Bethesda.
Okay.
They have some of their equipment in here as well. That's Computer Ministries. They have their own forklift.
Okay.
And it looks like they're doing Now these are folks, I don't know whether these are donations coming in or out, but folks that are receiving furniture.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the day that we do that. Maybe we can catch Ginny Jones, the director. She's coming out with a pallet of stuff right now.
Okay, well, we'll wait so we don't fall over this.
But they work with folks. Ginny, you want to be on camera if you got a minute? And Eleanor. This is Senator Vance, and she just would like to learn just a little bit about your ministry and what you're doing.
A fountain? What is that?
It's a table.
Oh, that's the table.
It's a fancy table.
That's a very fancy table.
And this is going to a family that has nothing. We're filling their house for them. We take families in through agencies or pastors. Typically, we like to start over people that need everything, and we fill their house.
So if somebody's been flooded out or burned out, they could come here and get help.
Right. They have to go through some type of agency. Red Cross, Salvation Army, a lot of those use us. And then they have to go through a referral process. But we don't do any backgrounds. We only use other people to hand them in.
Who are already certified to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and last year we gave away $375,000 worth of used items.
My word.
Everything is free and we're all volunteers. There's no money involved.
Well, where do you get your furniture to give away?
People donate it.
Okay.
Sometimes we're blessed with hotels that give us, like Wednesday, brought in 20 TVs and 20 chairs from the Hampton Inn, and they're storing more for us. We have to get it out by the end of the month. So we get blessed that way. Right now we are in drastic need of dressers. We have 93 on our wish list.
Oh my goodness.
The wish list is when the clients come through and pick out stuff. If there's still stuff they need, but we don't have it on the floor, we put it on the wish list and then I call them.
Well, how do you get your wish list publicized?
It's not really publicized. We do. I mean, internally it is.
Right.
But we just tell everybody. This is mostly.
Maybe you just did.
Yes.
We just did.
So dressers, I wouldn't have thought about that. Anything else?
Dressers and beds are very hard to come by. Right now we need tables and chairs. I have 14 people waiting for tables and chairs. Pots and pans. We never have enough pots and pans.
Really?
Silverware, dishes.
Towels, sheets. Hello. Right now we need comforters desperately.
Comforters?
All size.
Okay.
So it's a continual turnover here. We send out. We're averaging about $3,000 a day sending out.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Now you're an employee, and the rest of you are volunteers.
These are all volunteers. These are all volunteers for this
Okay.
particular part.
And how long have you all been volunteering?
I have done this for.
She's been here over 4 years.
4 years.
And we've been here over 3.
Okay. Wow.
And they get quite a bit of nice furniture in here as well. Really nice stuff.
Well, when
that's
that
very
says
serviceable.
this is reserved, what does that mean?
That if someone has come and said we need a couch, and so okay, we mark that down. Then they've got to get a way to haul it out of here. So whether they borrow somebody's
that one says
truck,
reserved too.
Right. So there's probably somebody coming probably today to pick it up.
Actually, I see a number of these have reserved on them.
Right, and so today is a day where folks come, so they're just getting a truck or borrowing a pickup or renting a truck or what have you, because they don't do, they do some delivery, but they can't do it all. So,
and what days can they do this? Tell me that again.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
They can.
Would be a day that they would be able to come here and make an appointment with Ginny to receive. And we can drop off. We encourage folks to drop off Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but we'll take it any day.
You take it anytime. And what are your hours here?
9 to 1 for new digs. Mission Central, 9 to 4 are our days, Monday through Friday, and then 9 to 2 on Saturday. So we are open 6 days a week.
I was going to ask you if somebody had a job and couldn't come out.
There is somebody here 6 days a week. We do close for the major holidays and Sundays.
No, I think that's probably okay.
And if the school closes, we close just because we don't want our volunteers getting into trouble trying to travel in bad weather. But
right. Well, it looks like he has some things getting ready for Easter. You have a lot of Easter bunnies sitting up there.
Put some Easter things out, sure. And,
okay, let me just keep walking around here and see what we can see.
We call this software.
Software?
Yes, because it's towels, washcloths, dish towels, tablecloths, placemats. We have a woman who makes us Afghans.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And
you mean that tan one? Is that a brand new made?
Brand new. They're all
that's
brand new.
Beautiful.
And we have them.
Excuse me.
We have them lined up Oh, yeah, we get gourds.
Wow, she's pretty prolific.
Yes.
If she's making all those. This is particularly nice, isn't
She
it?
brings us about 30 a month.
Really?
Yes. And we have the bed set up, twin, full,
Oh, so you do, Queen?
king. And right now I have one comforter, so I'm really needing there. We have pillows. Some hotel gave us all those pillows up there.
And then someone that would be donating, are you a 501c3 or?
We are under you have your own 501c3
Yes,
new
okay.
gigs, and as do most of our ministry partners. But as Mission Central, we are under the church 501c3.
But if somebody wanted to donate, they actually could use it for
Exactly,
a write-off on their
indeed,
taxes.
yes.
So there's a benefit to them as well.
We will give
Indeed,
them a
yes.
receipt. Yeah.
As
Okay.
will we, yes.
All right.
Very good, yeah.
And we have small tables and I don't know how much we have a lamp department. We have a seasonal section over here.
We already talked about seeing the Easter bunnies.
We have a 16-slice MRI machine that is through our ministry partners, Radiologists Without Borders. That was donated by a hospital in Boston with the specification that it be utilized outside the country. It's going to Tanzania, originally it was going to go to Tanzania, but it's actually now going to Honduras. So we are babysitting it. We have to go out every day and make sure that the temperatures remain at a constant, I think it's about 68 degrees inside that machine because it's a live unit. There's the MRI machine and an office area in there. It draws power from us, and it also has a generator on board in case power should go down, that it maintains that temperature.
And then it's going to be shipped?
It will be shipped to Honduras, yes.
Out of what port is it going, do you
know?
know?
That's what they're all, Radiologists Without Borders is working on all the logistics. Their mission is to get this imaging equipment to doctors around the world that are trained and desperately need it because they're doing surgeries without proper diagnostic equipment.
Right.
But they can save lives by getting this equipment around the world. So,
I've heard of Doctors Without Borders, but never Radiologists Without Borders.
Dr. Gill is, and he's out of New York, is one of the main people that's involved with that. Also, Dave Kerr, who's out of the Binghamton area, and Lourdes Hospital is involved quite a bit with it too. But
that's very large.
We are a location for them. We have smaller imaging equipment that comes in, and even with Project Cure, who does medical equipment, we get quite a bit of big things from them as well. But I wanted you to take a look at that and see that. So we try to handle just about everything that we can handle as it comes through and get it to folks that need it.
Well, this is really a unique place. I thank you very much for showing us all around. If you have any questions about Mission Central or any other state-related issues, please contact my office and join us again next month for another edition of the Vance Report.